Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where you listen to me talk about Palantir so my wife doesn't have to. My name is Eddie and you can follow me at FrugalBuck on Twitter. Today I want to talk about Palantir versus Snowflake sales. This has come up a number of times in Palantir Weekly. Chris Patel keeps arguing that Palantir sales sucks and that must mean that maybe Palantir's product sucks. I want to go over these numbers more in depth so that we can better understand them. I think that if you look at certain metrics, there's no question that Palantir sales sucks. But if you look at other metrics, Palantir actually seems to be performing better than Snowflake as of late. So let's dive on in. All right, so we're going to compare these in a few different ways. So first is absolute customer growth, second is revenue per customer, and then we're going to equalize between the two companies, and third is customer growth as a percentage. All right, so first up is absolute customer growth. So Snowflake acquired 1,861 customers in the last fiscal year. Palantir only acquired 113 commercial customers in the last fiscal year. Snowflake acquired more than 16 times the number of customers as Palantir. If you look at the absolute customer growth, yeah, it's really obvious. Snowflake is growing customers much, much better than Palantir. That means Palantir must be a terrible investment and everybody should sell and we should all invest in SL Green. But let's look at some other metrics where we can better compare how valuable Palantir customers are compared to Snowflake customers. So we're going to take a look at Snowflake first. So these are Snowflake's numbers. In their fiscal year 22, which is the same as Palantir's fiscal year 21, their fiscal year 23 will be the equivalent to Palantir's fiscal year 22. They collected $204,000 in revenue per customer in fiscal year 22. And in fiscal year 23, they collected $264,000 in revenue from all their customers. So if you look at their numbers, they are growing their customers and they are also growing their revenue per customer from 204 to 264. Everything looks great and rosy for Snowflake. So, you know, no extra stuff there. Let's dive on into Palantir. So Palantir in year 21, they collected about $4.4 million in revenue per commercial customer. And in 2022, they collected $3.2 million per commercial customer. I did commercial customer because I feel it's a more fair comparison. If I wanted to do total customers, I could have made this look even better on Palantir's side, but I try to be fair and honest here. So we're going to do commercial customer comparisons. Okay, so Palantir is collecting $3.2 million per commercial customer, while Snowflake is getting $264,000 per commercial customer. That means that a Palantir customer is 12 times as valuable as a Snowflake customer. Snowflake gained 1,861 customers in their latest fiscal year, which would be equivalent to Palantir gaining about 155 commercial customers. Palantir only gained 113 commercial customers in their latest fiscal year, so that's equivalent to about 73% of the value that Snowflake collected from acquiring customers in their latest fiscal year. So Palantir is growing more slowly than Snowflake when we look at it through this lens, but it's only 27% lower. And if you point at Snowflake and say, wow, that is a really fantastic growth at, what we're calling 100%, the baseline, and then look at Palantir and say, wow, it's growing 73% of what Snowflake is, that really sucks. I think 73% of the way, I don't think you could say 100% of the way is really, really great, and 73% of the way just sucks. But let's dive into the next metric. All right, customer growth as a percentage. So this one is really straightforward. Palantir grew their commercial customers 77% year over year in 2022. Snowflake grew customers 31% in their last fiscal year. So Palantir is actually growing as a percentage more than double the speed as Snowflake is. So if Palantir, if their sales suck, then what does that mean for Snowflake's growth? When we look at stocks, we're typically looking at percent growth year over year. Why is it that when we're comparing Snowflake sales to Palantir sales that we're looking at absolute numbers and not at the percentage growth? If you multiply 77% CAGR on Palantir commercial customers, which I don't expect, by the way, going forward for 3 or 4 years, it's going to be an absolutely mind-boggling number. And so I don't think that it's a good argument to make that Palantir sales suck when they're growing 77% year over year. And last, this is just zooming out a little bit. So this has nothing to do with Palantir versus Snowflake. I just want to take it back to CodeStrap's Thesis Breaker video. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. You should go watch all of CodeStrap's content if you're interested in Palantir. CodeStrap believes... So CodeStrap, let's back out. CodeStrap is a software tech person who's worked in software for decades. And he's really involved in Palantir. He's actually gone to work for a company that works with Palantir products. And so he doesn't make content anymore because he's not allowed to discuss what he's working on. But in his Thesis Breaker video, he said that the goal in his mind for Palantir should be that they achieve 1,000 customers by 2025. Palantir currently has 367 customers when you group in commercial customers as well as government customers. That means that Palantir going forward from here should have a 40% year over year customer growth CAGR in order to hit that 1,000 customers in 2025. And Palantir in 2022 only had, or sorry, not only, they had 55% customer growth, which is greater than the 40%. So as long as we average at least 40% through 2025, we will hit this 1,000 customer goal by 2025. And, that's the end of the video. I really don't think Palantir sales sucks. I think it's a disingenuous argument to make that, to try to say that. It's really just silly. They're growing commercial customers 77% year over year. If that slows below Snowflake's 30-something%, then maybe we could have another conversation about this. But for the time being, I think that they're growing customers just fine, as is. It's also worth noting that Palantir's salespeople, they have, I think, under 200, and about half of Snowflake's total employee base is salespeople. So that also contributes to the absolute numbers. Palantir is working on growing their sales force, and they're doing just fine on this metric. There's really nothing to be concerned about. This is a make-believe issue. But thanks everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe. I will see you next time, and follow me on Twitter @FrugalBuck. Thanks. Bye.